Bitcoin is the world's first cryptocurrency, and it works because of the world's first public blockchain network. What does Bitcoin do? It's simple. It lets you send and receive value to and from anyone in the world using nothing more than a computer and an internet connection. Now, why is it revolutionary? Because unlike every other tool for sending money over the internet, it works without the need to trust a middleman. The lack of any corporation in between means that Bitcoin is the world's first public digital payments infrastructure. And by public, I simply mean available to all and not owned by any single entity. Now, we have public infrastructure for information, for websites, for email. It's called the internet. But the only public payments infrastructure that we have is cash, as in paper money. And it only works in face-to-face transactions. Before Bitcoin, if you wanted to pay someone remotely over the phone or the internet, then you could not use public infrastructure. You would rely on a private bank to open their books and add a ledger entry that debits you and credits the person you're paying. And if you both don't use the same bank, well, then there'll be multiple banks and multiple ledger entries in between. With Bitcoin, the ledger is the public blockchain, and anyone can add an entry to that ledger, transferring their Bitcoins to someone else. And anyone, regardless of their nationality, race, religion, gender, sex, or creditworthiness, can for absolutely no cost create a Bitcoin address in order to receive payments digitally. Bitcoin is the world's first globally accessible public money. Is it perfect? No. Neither was email when it was invented in 1972. Bitcoin's not the best money on every margin. It's not yet accepted everywhere. It's not used often to quote prices, and it's not always a stable store of value. But it is working.
You are listening to the Bitcoin Primitives podcast, dedicated to Bitcoin culture, education, and history.
Peter van Valkenburgh, born April 25, 1985, is a crypto lawyer and director of research at Coin Center and board member at the Zcash Foundation. He is based in Washington, D.C. Early life and education. Van Valkenburgh is originally from Vienna, Virginia, and graduated from Marshall High School. He was admitted to the American Academy of Dramatic Art in 2005, where he earned an AA in Dramatic Arts. Van Valkenburgh attended George Mason University and earned a BS in Economics in 2011. Van Valkenburgh attained his JD, specializing in intellectual property law from NYU School of Law in 2014. Career. Early in his career, Van Valkenburgh co-founded and became the technical director of First Stage Systems, where he coordinated media activities and events. He also founded his own small business, Canvas LLC, where he sold his services as a web designer and audio-visual designer. As a research assistant for Professor Geoffrey Miller, he proofread and edited the professor's book on banking regulation. He also drafted research memos and conducted data entry for empirical research on attorney fee awards and class action settlements. In May 2013, Van Valkenburgh became a Google Policy Fellow for Tech Freedom, where he drafted and edited policy and litigation briefs. He became the Director of Research at Coin Center in September 2014 and was responsible for providing policy reports and backgrounds for policymakers. During his tenure, Van Valkenburgh has testified before Congress, briefed legislators in the U.S. and European Union, and developed a network of thinkers, academics, and experts in the field of cryptocurrency. In addition, he is a board member at the Zcash Foundation. Please check the show notes for related links to his Twitter account, biography, etc.